हेलो एवरीवन, वाइट चार्ट लेन में आपका स्वागत है। टॉकिंग बॉल का मल्टीलिंगुअल शो जो हम तो मैंने ये शो वाइट चार्ट लेन दो रीजंस के लिए शुरू किया था। पहला रीजन था कि मुझे दिखाना था लोगों को कि देयर आर स्पर्स फैंस इन इंडिया एंड देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ स्पर्स फैंस इन इंडिया। एंड द सेकंड रीजन इज दैट I wanted to give those Spurs fans a place that they can come to, like a community where they can all congregate, where they can, like discuss things, etc. हमारे WhatsApp groups तो थे ही, but I wanted to sort of like gear this content for that sort of audience where we can all come together and chill and discuss things on Talking Ball. And keeping that in mind, I've been doing my rep-in series, which is like each city, say I get two or three people, and then we talk about Spurs and our love for Spurs and the game, etc. And so the previous episode was Rep in Mumbai, where you had Hiren and Axe. And today we have two wonderful people from Delhi Spurs, uh, Rangdik and Prakhar.
Hi.
So hello, how are
Hello.
you all doing? Rangdik, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing well.
Yeah, Prakhar, all good?
Yeah, all good. How are you?
I'm, yeah, I will say this. I am slightly ill. Everyone, if I start crying in the middle, it's not because of our performance. I promise you it's not. Um, so, um, yeah, so let's just get down to it. Before we talk about the game, I kind of wanted to know the your Spurs journeys. So, Prakhar, तुम्हारा Spurs journey क्या रहा है? You told me you're a fan since 2010. तो कैसे हुआ? Why Spurs?
Yes, pretty much around that time. I'll tell you my whole football following journey. So it started when I, first watched Ronaldo in the Premier League with Man United, and then he moved to Real Madrid. Sadly for me, uh, La Liga wasn't broadcasted on the television that often. Premier League was broadcasted though. So I had to watch football without Ronaldo. So I started watching Premier League, and then I found Spurs, Gareth Bale, in fact, playing for Spurs in the 9, 10, 10, 11 season. And I used to watch Spurs games the most, but then a game happened where City and Spurs played, and
Yeah.
Gareth Bale scored a curler against Joe Hart. So that was the game that I started following Spurs like through and through. And ever since, I'm a Spurs fan.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Oh, I was also one of those crazy Gareth Bale fans, so I totally get it. He was just, some people just have the ability to transform a game. He was just one of those players. Ragding, when did you start supporting Spurs?
Yeah, around that time, around 2010. But my journey started a little soon earlier. My family, they're very big Manchester United fans, but I was not particularly set on them. And then I was just watching football, and then there was this certain man called Dimitar Berbatov who it was a random game against Charlton. I think it on 6, on 5. He went through on goal and he scored such a beautiful goal that I was like, who's this guy? And I started following Berbatov, and that's how the journey started. And he went to United, but I was still not convinced by United. And then after that, Van der Vaart and Bale, they came up, and being a Ronaldo fan like Prakar himself, I saw a very young Ronaldo in Bale, and so that's how my journey started. And by the end of the 2011 season, I was like a full-on Spurs fan.
Oh my God, Berbatov was amazing. I just
Yeah,
what a
yes,
player. I mean, I didn't like the way he left the club, but everything apart from that was amazing. Um,
yeah.
so we have one or two people in the chat. Very few people turned up today because probably because I was ill and didn't do any promotion. That's on me. Hi Alan, what's up? And Alan, it's multilingual, so we'll keep switching between languages. And Nial's here saying, "Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon to you,
Good
Nial."
afternoon.
And Prateek's here saying, "Rangding, how much do you love predicting results before every game week?" Rang, you
So
apparently predicted an Arsenal. Did you predict a loss against
no, no,
Arsenal?
no, no. So I think I have to defend myself now. So in the group, they were giving a prediction for the matches, the April games. So I was just saying it would be so Spurs of us to win against City, Liverpool, and Newcastle and lose to Arsenal. That would be so typical of us. That's what I was trying to say. I didn't predict that, but yeah.
Yeah, Indian Scousers also here. Big up all. Big up Indian Scouser. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the game. Um, what did you all think? Prakhar, I'll start with you. तो 2-1 का रिजल्ट था और ऑनेस्टली गेम इतना अच्छा नहीं था. इट वाज अ क्लोज कॉल. मोस्टली बॉल ब्राइटन एक्चुअली चांसेस क्रिएशन और एक्सजी में हम लोग आगे थे पर ब्राइटन was looking like the more dangerous team. Vicario made a few good saves. So what did you think about the game?
Honestly, I take the result. So we won. I'm very happy. But if you go by the game, actually, first half was very disappointing. To be honest, not much to show from the Spurs side. Thoda bahut, Madison had the gameplay where he put some passes. Probably one was which he passed to Richarlison from out of foot. So Richarlison couldn't convert. And attacking wise, we were always okay. In the first half, defensive wise and midfield wise, we were not dominating that much. Good for us that we could convert 2 goals in the second half. But in totality of the game, I didn't watch the stats, but I'd just say that the main players, for example, if we talk Mickey Van de Ven, he wasn't up to the mark in the first half. I will say the same for probably Richie also. And yeah, but again, to sum it up, a victory is a victory, and I'll take that. So yeah.
Yeah. Rangning, what did you think?
Yeah, I don't think such games are good for our health because in the beginning it was very frustrating. I think the first half was difficult, and the second half we were better. I feel. Uh, I would say about 30 minutes, both halves, we were quite convincing in our build-up play. But I think it's in the final third that sometimes we lack the run, the precision to uh, finish our moves. That was the first observation. The other observation was that we give a lot of flower to our defense, our attack for what they do. But I think someone that has gone a little under the radar because of his absence from the AFCON is Sar. I think he was brilliant yesterday. And if taking aside his goal, just the work rate and the way we played, I think he was instrumental in us getting a result even in the end. Because when we were even trailing, there was the feeling was that he would be the one who control the midfield. So that's what I felt from the game.
Yeah, I have to agree with you about the Saar thing. We will bring it up later when we discuss the midfield. Uh, and Niall saying great result. Make sure you like and share and subscribe. Yes, everyone, make sure you like, share and subscribe. And remember, this is a dual stream on LTL Cockerel also. तो वहाँ पे भी जाके like करना, subscribe करना, all of that, all of the good things. Swap बोल रहा है, hi Swap. Swap बोल रहा है game was made in first half, made in second half. Brighton bottled it by going ultra attacking against the attack of Son and Johnson, which we all know is suicidal. Um, Swap is not wrong. What do you think, Prakar?
Yes. I
Actually,
did you ask
wait.
me a
I'll
question?
let me finish reading Swap's second comment. Final
Yeah,
third is
yeah.
too predictable. Pass to Matters, pass to Werner or Kulu, then just pass to Richie rather than others near the box or shoot by themselves. तो स्वॉप बोल रहा है कि इट वाज मेड इन ऑनेस्टली हम लोग जीते हैं क्योंकि ब्राइटन हारा है एंड the reason is that and the reason we're not scoring in the final third is कि हम लोग too predictable है. Kulu will pass
Hmm.
you know like basically Kulu will cut in, he'll pass to Matters, or he'll pass to like uh, Poro, or they'll overlap. Something will happen, and then everyone knows exactly how it's going to play out. So he's saying both our wingers are very predictable, and everyone knows कि हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं. What do you think? Is that the problem in the final third कि हम too predictable है? Prakhar.
Yeah. So it's the first thing that comes to my mind when it's a winger. Ian Robin. So he used to cut inside and
Yeah.
always score a curler. So every like 9 out of 10 times he will cut inside and he'll score a curler. So see, if you're good at your craft, even if it's predictable, it's almost impossible to stop. Uh,
Yeah.
but I don't think we are too predictable. We have a few good forward players, and one thing that I want to mention here is that we really are lacking when we're not passing to Werner, because Werner is making some very good runs, but the people are unable to find him, or maybe at the right time. Sometimes the pass is lacking there. So I've seen a few games where Werner is making very good runs, but nobody is able to track him. So
Yeah.
that is something that is missing in the attacking part. Other than that, I don't think we're too predictable. Uh, yeah,
Rangding, do you think we're too predictable in the final third? कि there's something else that's going wrong.
I don't think it's we're too predictable. Like Prakash said, he used the example of Robin, and yeah, I think what is more important is the pace of the gameplay. We know Kulusevski likes to cut in, and we also know that someone like Werner likes to get behind the defense, and that's fine. But we have to make sure that the pace of the play is in sync. No, in recent games, the struggle has been that if Kulu is trying to slow down the game, then Werner is trying to pick up the tempo, and so
Yeah.
that has to be in sync. I think that's the bigger issue, not being predictable. Because being predictable is fine, but if you have a different pace, then it's hard. I would say that
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
that
I
would be
mean,
my
you look at City, everybody knows exactly how City play.
yeah.
They know exactly what City is going to do. Every player in City, they know exactly what his or her like role is actually with the women's team as well. But like um
Yeah.
the thing with City is you can't stop them because uh, their patterns of play are so well drilled and they know exactly where the other person is at all times. And so like when we have to reach that stage, I think that will only come with a little bit of like with Ange doing a little bit of work with this team, and it'll also come with better, like once we summer transfers, I think we'll get a few, one or two forwards in. Timo Werner, I think, will not stay after this season. So I think we will sort of figure it out. Let's read a few more comments before we come to the next part. Pratik is saying Mitoma is such a Spurs type player. Would you all like? Would any of you like to see Mitoma at Spurs? Anyone, either of you can take it. Mitoma
Pratik
at
can go
Spurs.
ahead.
uh, I'd say till he's not a Spurs player, I don't fancy him. Once he's a Spurs player, I can definitely comment something on him.
Yeah.
Till he's a rival player, I have nothing too much good to say for him. So yeah.
कमोलिका बोल रही है कमोलिका. uh, and also saying Namaskar Aishwarya, Namaskar Kamalika. Um, Steve Master saying poor first half. I don't know why we often need Ange to give them a talking to at halftime. We definitely played better second half, especially the start and later with the subs, but we still slowed again. Yeah, that's true actually. Even in the second half, when we were better, we started off the half really well, and uske baad, pata nahi, like last uh, 20
After
minutes or
75
so,
minutes,
yeah, after 75 minutes, we sort of lost our way again. Do you think too many substitutions in one go? Was that the problem? Because three came on together. Prakhar?
I don't know. I actually, this is something that I'm also observing. I don't know what happens towards the end of the game. It's always almost every game, last 15 to 20 minutes, there is a bit of a lackluster. It's maybe because of the change in formations, because of the substitutions. Something goes very slow. I don't know what we lost. We drew the Brentford game because of that. In fact, I feel. And likewise yesterday also. It's maybe it can be because of the substitution, but in yesterday, the substitution, they brought more tempo to the game. For example, Son came in, Brennan Johnson came in, so that can be the reason. There's something more to it, that they just sometimes they just slow down towards the end of it, uh, which sometimes costs us in the results. So this needs to be identified and changed.
Yeah, I gotta say hi to a few people. Hi, Wayne. How are you
Hi,
doing?
hi.
Um, and David Clark is here. So hi, David. And Swim Master Singh, namaste. Namaste, Swim Master. Uh, Going back, uh, Swap is again saying that we were predictable. And then Swap is saying, can Mitoma cross? Oh, yes, Swap, very funny. David Clark is saying only one player put Spurs in a place to win this game, and that's Vicario. Uh, Vicario की performance को लेके Prakhar, what did you think?
Because you mentioned Vicario, I also want to mention Matters, because the role he took yesterday, where he was coming in front of Vicario in the set pieces. So I think that's a new tactic from Spurs, Ange, that because now his Vicario is little bit exposed in front of the opposition teams for the set pieces or the corners in particular. So that was something good. But yes, of course, if you leave 2 3 games in the whole season, Vicario has been top. Like it's too early to say, but he's been. If you talk season to season, I think he's been better than Hugo Lloris' best season. I'd say that, because he's been top, and you feel confident even he's one on one. He's situations like that. So I'd rate Vicario very high.
Yeah, same here. So Rangding, some people were saying that Vicario in the last 2 or 3 games, just the corner problem that we are having is definitely a problem because we concede about 6 to 7 corners, 6.8 corners per game.
Yeah.
But more than that, people are saying that in yesterday's game, his distribution also wasn't very good. What do you think? Do you think that Vicario, like his shot stopping ability, particularly in yesterday's game, was it kind of kept us in the game. So do you think that
Yes.
all of that offsets anything that he might be doing in terms of distribution or defending on corners, etc.? What do you think about Vicario?
Well, if you take the his performance over the season, then you could argue that that offsets it. In the long run, of course, he'll have to find a solution to not get bullied in set pieces. But I don't really think it's just him getting bullied. I think it's also the defense, which has been a little, over the last few seasons, we've been very lackadaisical in defending our set pieces. So I can't fully say that it's all on Vicario. I think our defense also has to step up in defending set pieces, because you see our center backs, sometimes they don't press the attackers well during set pieces. So I'm reluctant to say that it's all on Vicario on the set pieces. I know he has been caught out a few times, but I think that would be my fair assessment.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Toxic Headshot is here saying hi, guys. Hi to Dr. Toxic
I,
Headshot. And Pratik is saying we are sometimes slow in transition, especially Bentancur, but we were better after he got replaced, particularly Hoybier. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but recently, after Hoybier coming on, we are securing points. So this
yes.
brings us to our second topic of discussion. What's happening with Bendon Core? अब honestly, Benton Core is my favorite player. मुझे लगता है उसका pressing ability, his ball carrying ability, मतलब everything about Benton Core is absolutely amazing. But I have a feeling that like since he's come back from injury, he hasn't really hit the heights that we've seen from him. Like last season, he was our best midfielder. Wha- Prakhar, what do you think we should do with Benton Core? Should we drop him? Should we? Um, what do you think?
I think if it comes down to me, my strongest midfield includes Bentancur. And if we talk about the last match, the SAR goal, it came from Bentancur only. In fact, it started from Bentancur. He kept on tackling, and then went past two, three players, and then put the ball forward. So yes, we can say that his performances may have dropped a little, but I really feel confident when he is in the starting 11 still, because he's probably a part of the strongest midfield. And of course, he's coming back from a long injury. So we need to give him some time. We need to be patient with him. And in bits and pieces, you can see his class. Uh, he's good in
Yes.
holding the ball. He's good in passing. He has a good vision. He can run with the ball. So he can be box to box as well. So for me, he's a very all-round midfielder, and someone who I will definitely pick at this first team, definitely.
Yeah, for me as well, I think, Bedinkor is an integral part of Andrew's plans as well, because he mentioned in a press conference earlier how he was thinking about Basuma and
Yeah.
Bedinkor playing together.
Yes.
Rangding, what do you think about Bedinkor? What Same question to you.
Yeah. So I know his form has been a little fluctuating recently, but I think it's also to do with the fact that he's just come back from injury, and not just one, but he had another injury. The Villa game. We all know about it. How frustrated we were. But considering all that, I think it's quite actually quite normal for him to be fluctuating in his form, because it's not just physically but also mentally that might be affecting him. So that's there, and we still see glimpses in moments like mentioned SAR's goal. Like it started with Bentancur. So there are moments where you know that he still has the quality. It's just getting back in rhythm, because he may start some games, he may be dropped for some games, because Anshul know best. But yeah, so I'm not really worried about Bentancur.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not worried about Bentancur either. I feel like he'll eventually hit, like if you just give him time to sort of work out the problems, dheere dheere he'll come back into form. Uh, David is saying it's because Bentancur had two injuries. Madison had a serious ankle injury. Bissouma had long COVID, then a serious ankle injury and malaria. That's why our team is not firing at 100%. And so I was saying, plus our defensive structure is shaky. Uh, we look better with Bissouma, but it just shows how important Bissouma is to our midfield. Uh, I also got to say hi to a few people. Uh, my buddy Leo's here. Hey Leo, uh, how's it going? And David Shire is here. Shire, big up Ash and the panel. Hi David. Um, yeah, so coming back to the comments, Swap is saying plus our defensive structure is very shaky at times. Oh yeah, I think I read this. And then David's also saying it's not Vicario's problem from the corners. It's basically our the other players, sort of other defensive senior players, not taking action to stop it. No keeper. Yeah, so basically, he's saying that our defense makes Vicario vulnerable. Uh, Wayne Bonner is saying, for me, the injuries have slowed Bentancur down, taken him out of the game, bring him off the bench and let him rebuild his fitness. And so, do you think we should bench him in the next game, Prakhar? Do you think just for one or two games, bench him and bring him on for 20 minutes and work his way into form? Or do you think let's just start him? It's fine. What
See,
is,
now that we have yeah, you go on.
what is our best midfield for the next game? Starting.
See, uh, we can chop and change, and since now we have Bisuma and Sar back, we have that strength. We can try uh, put him in the substitute bench, and then he can come later on towards the game. But even if he starts, see, as I honestly told, maybe it's a bias or something, but I don't feel like if you talk about the Spurs problems, Bentancur is not the person that comes into my mind first. So there are a lot
Yes.
of things that needs to be solved for those results that go not in our direction. Probably somebody mentioned shaky defense. That's true. That's been a history for Spurs. We have had a
Yeah.
shaky defense since always. And then Romero and Mickey Van Ven, both when they you know started playing the games together, and now we feel a little formidable. But then also I feel that here and there is still something lacking, or you can say the term shakiness is the correct word. And honestly, for me, Bentancur doesn't need to be benched if it's not his fitness. If it's 100% fitness, for me he starts every game, given this midfield. So if to answer your question, our best midfield or for the next game should be Madison up top, of course, in the cam position. Then Bentancur, Sar, and then we will have one more. Yes, or actually, yeah. So we'll play three midfielders. Yes. So these will be my three midfielders. Yes.
So Madison, Bentancur, Sar, the same
Yes.
midfield as this game.
Correct. Correct.
Um, Ragding, I'll put the same question to you, and I'll also add Swap's question here, saying कि Bentancur can't play the six. He can't play
Hmm.
central defensive
Yes.
midfielder, and so he should be playing. He should be doing what Sar is doing. What do you think?
So to answer the first question, our best midfielder, our best midfield combination, I would say that I agree with Prakar in the sense we should just continue with Bentancur for one more game, especially because it's the same thing subbing him on and subbing him off if we're going to give him about 60 minutes or 40 minutes depending on his fitness. So if he started the Brighton game, the next game, I don't see why he should not start uh, unless it's a fitness issue. That's how I say. As for the sixth role, I don't think we have any midfielder in our team that can play the six alone, and that is sometimes an issue for us because see, Bissouma he's a brilliant midfielder, but he plays in a double pivot. So does Bentancur or Sar. So I think in the summer we will be looking at a number six who can control the number six himself. Just to give an example, Fulham Spalina, he can control the number six role himself. So we'll be looking at someone like that, I feel. But for tomorrow's game, we'll have to play a double pivot. So I think try continuing with Sar and Bissouma. Sorry, Sar and Bentancur is not a problem for me.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Um, yeah, I also I like what sort of chill is saying. Sort of chill
Yeah.
is embodying his name, being
Yeah.
sort of chill, and he's saying ki give it time. We can try various combinations, because actually if you think about it, this season
Yeah.
we're out of the cups, we have time to experiment, we can chop and change, see what works for us, and then go with that midfield in the next season. So I think it's kind of that kind of makes sense. So well done, sort of chill. David Shear saying, yeah, ACL suck. I agree, David. We'll start performing better when our team gets up to full match fitness. Absolutely. It takes time, and I've seen 5 or 6 instances in the last 3 match when we conceded sloppy goals because Bentancur was pushed and it became 3v2. Yeah, but these things. It takes time to sort of be on the ball, to have that match awareness, and to be able to like your reflexes also need time to catch up with your brains after you haven't played football for so long. A bit irrelevant, but who do you think are the best players in the world? ऋत्विक, आई फील लाइक ये जो क्वेश्चन है हमें टॉपिक से बहुत ही दूर ले जाएगा, एंड हमारे प्रखर और रंग के पास कम टाइम है आज, और मेरा भी गला खराब है, तो कम बैक next white chart lane. Definitely we'll bring it up and we'll answer the question. Um, and how do you feel about Kane's curse? Yeah, quick thoughts. Okay, I'll give you like 20 seconds each. Prakhar, Kane's curse.
I don't believe in things like that. So I cannot comment because he's such a class player. Even He's the top goal scorer across all the top leagues in Europe, not just Bundesliga. So I will not say anything on this. I have no comments.
Rangding, Kate's curse.
I mean, that's just the trolling on the banter, I would say, because Kane is a absolutely brilliant player, and
Yeah.
I actually I have been enjoying Leverkusen's football. So for me, I don't see why the curse should. I mean, it's just a superior team, you know. Bayern is not playing well, so
Yeah, and Toxic Headshot is saying calm, Spurs fans, calm. Absolutely. Everyone calm. And next week is Pedro Netro's audition against us. Well, let's hope he fails his audition. And David saying really good preseason next year would help Johnson, and because they never and others who never got that. Yeah, that's true. Johnson came in very late. He didn't get a preseason, and I think that does affect the way he started, and then he got injured. So it was very stop and start for him as well. So maybe if he gets a preseason and he learns a little bit more from Sunny, he'll do much better with all of that knowledge. David saying after the Wolves game, we don't play again for nearly 2 weeks, so a lot of work on the training pitch can take place. Yeah, we might even go on one of those cool training camps to like somewhere Dubai or wherever they go. On those. Where did Arsenal go? Arsenal went wherever that steak thing happened. Uh, was it Dubai? Was it Qatar?
not sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not sure, but if it is a salt thing, it'd probably be Dubai or Turkey or somewhere
Yeah.
like that.
Uh, Toxic headshot saying the midfield needs balance. Bissar Madison. That's it. Bissar Madison. That's the midfield we started the season with. Um, Midfield is the backbone of this team. Now that we finally have all the players, we can rotate our midfield like gears as we need to step up or step down. But it's going to take time. Yeah, absolutely. David Shear saying Sar an up and comer. What an up and comer. I kind of wanted to discuss Sar with you. Um, so a lot of people, like I'll take this to Rangding first. A lot of people were saying that Sar Sar can be replaced when Bentancur comes back and all in the starting of the season, right? But then and everyone was saying that best midfield would be Bissouma, Bentancur, and Madison. But slowly sort of Sar worked himself into the team, and we realized that there's great potential in this player. Like I'm taking this to you first because you mentioned this earlier in thoughts. So what do you think? Do you think that just that engine, the legs he provides us, is that the reason you think that he provides a balance to our midfield? What do you think is makes him better than all our other options for that position?
I think it's because he can do a little bit of both attacking and the defensive work. And of course, being the number 8, you require a lot of work rate. So he has a lot of work rate and he's young. So that's the advantage. But the one thing that makes him stand out from the rest is all of them can handle pressing, but uh, he's really good at. I don't know how to explain this, but you know how Musa Dembele could evade pressing by making off ball movements. He's really good at that, not just with the ball, but off the ball. And that's really important because it gives midfielders like Madison the option to just pass it and restart the whole build up. No? So I think that's why he becomes very crucial to our midfield because Bentancur and Bissouma both can avoid pressing, but sometimes their off ball movement, attacking wise, sometimes they're not in the position where Madison can restart the build up. So that's the biggest observation I have.
Yeah. Prakhar, Sar?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Sar as well. Uh, and as Rangding mentioned, he's probably stated everything. His off the ball runs, then he's too pacey as well. So if there are some,
Yeah.
spaces that are left, he can cover them and he covers them. So he's always, you can see him around the box or inside the box receiving balls or probably just doing a little 1-2 there as well. So s- definitely Sar, I'm also a huge fan of Sar, and I will always pick him in the midfield. So he gets in the midfield. So yes.
Um, Reality, a number does not exist. Toxic headshot. What are you talking about? Oh, number. Number. So basically, and was saying that we have to stop thinking in
Oh.
terms of like 6 and 8 and all these numbers. I think that's what he's talking about. Um, uh, yeah, I agree with that. I think in this team, any like it's flexible. It's all about running into space. So it's wherever, like if you're running into space, then somebody else comes and occupies your position, and so people sort of interchangeably play several positions. So you'll kind of sometimes see Sar right at the box, doing box to box work, but sometimes you'll also see him back there as a CDM doing recovery work, etc. Oliver Skip does something very similar when he comes on. Uh, and it's true for all our defenders in general. They move around. Maddis comes really, really, and like Prakhar mentioned, Maddis comes and collects the ball really, really deep as well. Um, Number 6 does not exist. It's a BS football. Uh, is simple. It's not Kane's curse. It's Eric Dyer masterclass. We miss a goal scoring midfielder. Hope Madison gets fit and Bendikar. Big up, guys. Chak de. Cillian Kenny is here saying, good morning, peoples. Good morning, Cillian. Not morning for us, but yes, good morning to you. David Shire saying, we have had a very disjointed season, suspension, injury. Uh, can't wait to see us gel. Come on, you Spurs. Um, yeah, everyone's saying hi to each other. Uh, Sar will give energy, Bentancur will give composure, plus Sar compensates some weaknesses of Bissouma. And sort of chill is saying the brilliant thing about the squad is that every individual is so driven that even the fringe players give you hope of improvement. Plus, Celso has barely played for Spurs, but he still has contributed. Yeah, that's true. I'd like to see him fit for more than 2 games, but uh, yeah, you are right. Swap, that's the main reason why Sar starts. Benta looks off, undefending. Benta looks something defending after injuries. Sar's best quality is that he makes the right decision 98% of the time. That's without his stride and tackling ability. So yeah, that kind of like I like everyone's kind of where we are. Everyone just wants to give time to Bentancur, and everyone is saying, "Ki, let's just try and chop and change the midfield, try different combinations, see what works." Um, because we're having a shortened show today, let's just get down to it. Three players that you thought were really good in yesterday's game. I know ki yesterday ka game wasn't so like there was no standout performance as such, but three players that you thought were good. I'll go to Prakhar first and then Rangding.
Yeah, you're right. There were not very standout performances, not very much of them, but Vicario, Sar, and I'd say Brennan Johnson also, because when he came on, he upped the tempo. He made a few good runs as well, and lucky for him, lucky for us also that he converted one right towards the end. So these will be my three picks.
Yeah, fair shout. Rangding, what do you think? Three people?
Yeah, Vicario is obviously one because without him we wouldn't have been in the game. Medicine, Medicine. I think he had to play a very secondary role most of the match yesterday, and the one I would give man of the match is Romero actually, because I feel he's been criticized a lot because of his decision making at times, but I felt that yesterday he was very composed and his aggression was very on point, and that's the Romero we want to see every game. But it's just that sometimes he goes beyond that aggression. But yesterday was his game was really brilliant. So I think I would give man of the match to Romero if it was me.
Um, so Rangding has already. I was going to like put up three options and then do man of the match, but Rangding has already said that Romero was his man of the match. Um,
My bad. Sorry.
uh, Prakhar, who's your man of the match then?
I, uh, I'd say Sar.
Sar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me also, I think the three players that I thought did decently were Vicario, Sar, and Romero. But yeah, I think I would give it to Sar as well, because he scored a goal. Vicario had some really good saves, but overall, I think Sar gave us that energy to sort of like combat Brighton's press. So for that reason, I'll give it to Sar. And David saying, "I hate Paddy Cash." Yes, you and every other Spurs fan. And David Clark saying Vicario, Romero, Sar. Yeah, that's the same as me. I think off topic, but your cold sounds a lot better. Is it now? No, actually, Swim Master, uh, I have had a lot of cough syrup, so I might be semi high right now. I don't know if that gets us demonetized. Uh, but I have had a lot of cough syrup, and I'm currently sipping lots of ginger, like chai. So hopefully I sort of like managed to get through the show without coughing too much. If you all heard me cough right into this like microphone, then I apologize. There's not much I can do about it. Um, and guess who's here? Colin is here saying, "Big up, guys." Everyone, please remember to like and subscribe. Colin is reminding me, or at least Colin's presence reminds me that I must remind everyone that everyone has to like and subscribe, and also on El Cockerel. So make sure you all do that. Too many of Madison's passes went astray. That's true, but David, I think a lot of passes went astray from a lots of people. I think Richarlison also didn't have a lot of good passes. Um Man of the match, and for once he made the correct sounds that one lost the game. Prakhar?
Yeah, I also want to mention that since Madison has come back, it's because, of course, of he's not 100% fit or match ready, but he has to play the longer games because of his role. So his passes have been good, but what do you call it? The chemistry with the player, the other player is missing. Whereas also Kulusevski, his passing has been a little off lately because he generally dribbles and then puts in a cross, puts in a short pass, plays a little 1-2. So that has been missing. His chemistry with Richie, for example. So these are also a little things that are not going away. Generally, which generally do. So that's also impacting the results sometimes, the flow of the match sometimes. So maybe Kulu and Madison will recover their they get back to their A game, which will eventually help us.
Yeah. Um, Quickly, Prakhar, because I know you have to leave. Uh, Tell us where you think Spurs will land at the end of the season. What do you expect from this season?
I'm sorry, you have to say it again because my network went off. So
Oh,
your voice lagged.
where
Yeah.
do you think Spurs will land at the end of the season, and what are your expectations from this season?
See, I want Spurs to win, but see, practically looking, we should finish top four. That should be a must. But if we perform well, who knows? Oh, sorry. Optimistically, we might finish top, but realistically, probably third or fourth.
Yeah, I think third or fourth's a good shout. I think fourth feels more likely to me. Um, Big up David Shire for gifting one Talk and Ball membership. Wait, let me check who that's gone to. Um, Wait one sec. That has gone to. It was Swap was gifted a membership, so congratulations Swap for getting a membership. Um, so Prakhar, I will let you go because I know you have to leave. I'll see you soon. Randy, if you could stay for like another
Right.
10 fifteen
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, no
So
Nice,
issues.
nice chatting, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah.
thank you,
Okay.
Prakhar. Please,
Bye bye.
let's try and do this again sometime.
Sure. Thank you. My
See you
pleasure.
at the screening.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Okay.
Yeah, coming back, where did I leave off in the comments? I think this is. I didn't know ice cream helps. I had no clue. Ice cream when you're ill. That's a strange one. Get a hot, yeah, hot toddy. Yeah, I do drink this sometimes when I'm ill. I don't, not right now, but like sometimes. I don't want to mix it with medicine. Um, my man of the match swim master saying is Sar, even in the season. So big shout swim master. His man of the season is Sar. Yeah, I am a little drunk right now. Uh, great. Rohit Singh, great shout. Rangding Romero was brilliant yesterday. Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Hey, talking beer. Saw you yesterday. Kinda. I kind of fell asleep halfway through y'all when y'all were talking, but I did see you. I did not hear you, but I saw you. The winning goal came from playing out from the back, which ended with us having 4 against 4, bring the victory. Yeah, so this is true. Wait, I will. So, Rangding, I want to talk to you about
Yeah.
this. So, when we played out from the back and Bentancur lost the ball, everyone was saying that, sometimes when we play out from the back, we give a lot of opportunity for like other team to sort of turn over the ball really quickly. But, our goals also come from playing out from the back. And so this all of this criticism of Bentancur for losing the ball, or Hoybier in that goal where he lost the ball, or like there are lots of these goals where people have lost
Yeah.
balls and then everyone is angry at them for the rest of the game. uh what do you think about it? I mean, technically it's a strategy thing also, right? Because we're playing out from the back.
It can't be helped because there will be games where those kind of mistakes will happen. Some teams are really good at pressing. Some teams they may not press, but when you make a slight mispass or anything like that, they can pounce on those chances. If you go back a few seasons when we were playing under Jose and Conte and all, we were also like that. Like if we got a chance, we could pounce. The Manchester City games, Ruben Diaz, such a brilliant player, but he made a mistake and Kane pounced on it and things like that. So you just have to take it. But I think the more important factor is uh, out of 10 times, if we're getting it right 8 times or 7 times, then I think I would take that mistakes for that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, the way we play, I think our best shot is to outscore our opposition. So it's fine, like it's fine if occasionally we make these mistakes. These things will correct themselves also over time as we get better at doing it. And so opposite, come on, Spurs believe in Eric Dyer's supremacy. And talking, we are saying I put myself to sleep sometimes. No, you don't. It was just me, being ill. Why is nobody talking about Welbeck having a surprisingly good game, Dr. Tottenham? This is true, there are lots of these players. Like I say this, there are these certain players, that they always have good games. They're shit players, but they have good games against Spurs. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, you know, who else? Like,
I remember Leno. Leno used to always have a good game against us.
um, also like, who's the Everton striker? I forget, the good-looking boy. Um, uh,
Calvert Lewin.
yeah, Calvert Lewin. I'd never
Yeah.
rate Calvert Lewin, but whenever he's playing Spurs, he looks like some prime Ronaldo or something, because suddenly he turns into a good striker. I just don't understand
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We. Hmm.
um, and just a harmless potato has joined us saying hello all. Hello, just a harmless
Hi.
potato.
Hi.
And Alex is saying, Ash, did you see the Ramirez pass from Davies to start the action for the second goal? I did see that. What did you think about that? Davies' little cameo, Rangding?
Yeah, I think Davis has been really good. Not just in the game, but the season. The kind of role and responsibility we put on him, especially when we had our injury crisis and things like that. And I think uh, I always rated him as a squad player, but I think this season he's done more than being a squad player. So I mean, all flowers to him. No, no, nothing else to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Richard Hutchinson, I hope this turns out to be true someday. He's also saying, Son FC. Yeah, I know you're trolling us. I think this is Fabianski. And then
Yeah, Fabianski.
Antonio, another one, Antonio. I just don't understand it. Like, do you remember that three against
Yeah, yeah.
West Ham? My God, I don't understand it. Mirais, Calvert Lewin, yeah, Calvert Lewin's the one I mentioned. Um, so yeah, let's sort of wrap it up. What do you think? Thoughts for the season? Where do you think we will land? And what are your expectations?
So as the season has progressed, my expectation for the club's positioning has also gone up. If you ask me at the beginning or the middle of the season, I would have said if we can get top four. But considering our performances and where we are now, I would say at least fourth is the minimum that we are expecting now. Realistically, I think we can come third because I'm not. I know Liverpool are right now playing really well, but I'm not fully convinced by their defense. And Arsenal, being Arsenal, I don't know. One of them is very likely to drop for me. So I think we can capitalize on that if we can just avoid, sleeping points now.
Yeah, I don't know about third because as much as I'd love to see Arsenal and Liverpool drop points,
Mm,
I don't see it happening. But I do think it, like, I do think fourth is the bare minimum because like Villa has Europe, we have nothing. We should
mm.
have more time to train, more time to prepare. So I think that uh we should definitely get top four. I really think it would I would be very hurt if we didn't get top four. Off topics again, regarding colds with a sore throat, I use lavender essential oil rubbed around the throat area around the temples for headache. I'm known for my swimming in love of lavender essential oil. Swim master, I will try this. Somewhere I'm sure I'll find lavender essential oil. I'll look it up on Amazon. Who knows? I'll smell nice if nothing else. So I might feel better about having a cold. And Kuva saying, Big up Ash, I'm looking and hoping for us to try and win 11 of our 14 games, finish on 80 plus points, and see if others have a mini crisis in the meantime. Happy to dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's dream. Why not? Uh, I honestly, like, by now, Kuva, I just want us to play good football, and I just want to see where that takes us. I'm not saying that I'm like here for the ride or anything, or it's a free hit, but yeah, maybe that's kind of what I'm saying, because like, experiment, do everything you need to do this season. Do any wacky team combinations that you have, any like strange players that you want to try in weird positions. Do it in this season. You have nothing to lose. I mean, yeah, you have top four to lose, but like, I feel like you could, in substitutions and things like that, you could be inventive. You could try take a lot of risks because we're out of the cups. We don't have any uh, we don't have anything apart from top four to play for, and we have a lot of time in the middle. So let's see what like weird things are like in game combinations. Like, let's do like some invention with it. uh just a harmless potato saying, and for season, fourth would be a huge success. Same with fifth. Yeah, honestly, I'm happy with fifth also. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think we'll drop so many points that we'll go down to sixth or seventh because the gap is very big. So, honestly speaking, this is the time to do all of the, crazy experimenting. I say fourth, just as we tend to make things hard for ourselves. That's also true. We are Spurs. We must not forget, as Ranving said at the start of the episode. We must not all forget at any point that we are Spurs. Okay, so that brings us to the end Oh wait, we have a super chat from Donna Cullen saying, Aishwarya, you should wear Kamolika bindi. You know, we have bindis lying around somewhere. I read my purse. I will find them in next episode, Donna Cullen. Not Kamolika bindi, but I think I could manage like a regular bindi. So I will remind me next time. And thank you, Donna, for that super chat. So this and Sarang saying we gotta get third or we'll lose a bet. So yes, nobody wants Sarang to lose a bet, and so everyone must work hard to get third. Otherwise, poor Sarang, who is broke, I'm sure, will lose his bet. And you know, Sarang's a child, so he doesn't have much money anyway. um, so yes, for the world has to work for Sarang. So let's hope he doesn't lose that bet. Um, you should dress up like a Holika and do white chart lane. Yeah, I ain't doing that. 20,000, better give it to me. I will become Levy for you. What are you talking about, Swap? Anyway, so I've been trying to end the show for the last 10 minutes. Okay. Finally we have come to the end of the show. Um Thank you, Rangning, for joining us. Rangning, is there anywhere we can find you on Instagram, on Twitter, X, whatever, where people could follow you and things like that?
Uh, you mean my personal account or
Oh no, like do you do any like tweeting about Spurs and stuff like?
no, not really. Yeah, I I just stick to
Yeah,
our group.
yeah. Pratik is saying Rangning is a great supporter and should come often. Yeah, absolutely, I agree with this.
Thank
Um,
you.
Levy has a thing. Yeah, y'all, Donna. Uh, please get Sunny from Delhi Spurs next. Uh,
Yes.
Honestly, I've asked a bunch of people on Delhi Spurs. So if any of them would like to come on, Bombay Spurs as well. Anybody like to come on? They're always welcome. This is our show. Like this is the India show. It's for Indian Spurs fans. I welcome everybody else who comes, but it is for us. So I hope that you all turn up. Just get in touch with me on the group, on the WhatsApp group, or wherever else, and we'll work something out. Yeah. Um, Thank you everyone for turning up. My voice survived. I did not cry through the entire show, and so both things worked out for us. Thanks everyone, and as always, remember to like and subscribe. And as always, we end with the James Madison song. That's if I can find the James Madison song. Oh, there we go.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would